Myself, S. Sudhir Kumar, Department of Computer Science from KR Junior College, Nashopeta. Today I would like to introduce the LAN components in data communication and computer network. It is the third chapter in data communication and computer networks. Here the LAN component, what are the LAN components are available in network means switch, hub, modem, router, gateways, tested pair cable and some clipping tools. These are the LAN components we are going to discuss about the in network. Next, the topics to be, what are the topics to be covered? What are the topics? What are the components are available in LAN components? The first one is the introduction. Next one is the server and the types of, what are the types of servers? And next one, what is the bonding between the client and server model? Next one is the file server. Next one is the Ethernet card and also hubs, switches, routers, gateways, modems, and what are the types of modems. And last but one is the ATM. The ATM stands for the asynchronous transfer mode. These are the topics we are going to cover in LAN components. So next going to the introduction. What is LAN? What is LAN? Actually, the network we can be classified into the three types. Network we can be classified into the three types. First one is the LAN, second one is the MAN, third one is the WAN. Here the LAN is the local area network. Next, MAN is the metro area network. WAN is a wide area network. LAN stands for the local area network. It is also one type of network, and also the LAN covers 1 to 2 kilometers range. Within the range we can connect the computers together in segmentation wise. And also the LAN, every LAN we need some components. And also softwares. Here the components are nothing but the hardware components. Here the hardware components. What are the components? Switch, hub. These are the intermediate devices. Switch, hub, and routers, gateways. These are the hardware components. When we are inserted these hardware components in LAN, they need concern softwares also. For example, we are placed the Ethernet card, the concerned drivers also we need to install. Then only the LAN is working. That's why we are here LAN made up of the softwares and hardware components. And also every LAN has some intermediate device. Every LAN has some intermediate device like Ethernet card, switch, hub and routers. See the diagram. In this components of in this area of the LAN, we are placed some area, some corner side we are placed switch, we are placed some corner side, we are placed here the router. This is the central system. Sometimes we are called as the server also. Here this is the nothing but the LAN. For example, every LAN we are using the organizations, workstations and organizations, educations departments and our government offices, we are using the presently LAN. So LAN is the very central idea of the network. After LAN, number of LANs is nothing but the MAN, and number of MANs is nothing but the WAN. Here we are entered in the LAN, that is the local area network. So in this network, the LAN we can be divided into the number of segments also. Next one, here the server. Server and clients, and the types of servers also available. Here server is the software program or computer. Actually, the normal computer is also server. Because of the normal computer, we consider the normal computer, we are going to install the server software, it becomes to the server. So the normal computer it becomes to the server when we install the software into the computer. Next one, it provides special kind of server, a special kind of service to the client. Here the client gives the request to the server. Here the client gives the request to the server. Here the server roles and server responsibility is the request, the server respond. The request, here the server takes the request from the client and gives to the response to the client. So gives the response to the client. Here the key role of the server. Here the key role of the server. Main job role of the server is the main, it gives the response to the client or number of clients and based on the request. And also here sometimes a computer can act as the server and client simultaneously. For example, we install the one computer in computer server side programming oriented. It becomes to the server. It becomes to the. It also simultaneously it work also client also. For example, we are going to doing the network programming. We are type the client side program and also we are typing the server side programming also. And also we can run the client program and also server program. Both programs we can run in single system. That's why here the server, here the single standalone computer can act as server and client simultaneously. So here the server is the very important role in between the client and server model also. It gives the it always gives the response to the client request. Next the client. Here the clients was the first applied to those devices which were not capable of running their own standalone program. Here the own standalone program means here in client side there is no application installed in client system. It fully depend upon the server system. It's fully depend upon the server system. We install the entire application in server. So when the server is on, then only the clients are working on the server. When the server is on, the application is deployed into the client. The application is deployed into the client, then only working the clients with the server. The clients all data is loaded in the server side. That's why this client is fully depend upon the server system. This client is fully depend upon the server system. It never install the any server application in client system, because that's why it has no capable of running their own standalone program. But it can install small applications, small softwares in client side also, but it is individual. But it can interact with the remote computers also in network. So remote computers also in networks, that means here the client is interact or sharing any computer in network. There should be in network. Suppose it's sharing some data to some sharing the particular segmentation in LAN. So by sharing mechanism, it can transfer the data between another remote computers also in same network. That is the clients. Next, what are the types of servers? We have so many servers are existed in the network. The first one is the web server. Next one is the file server, print server, network server, name server, database server, and application server. The first one is the web server. Actually, we have so many websites are there. So many applications are stored in websites. So many applications, so many files are stored in website. All these websites, the concerned servers is there. For example, we have so many Gmail accounts. The Gmail accounts are the websites. So the Gmail account concern server is there. Here the Gmail account, when I am going to enter my username, password, and then submit my username password, it goes to the server. It goes to the server. Here the server verify my username and password and gives the response to the user. Here I am entering username password means that I am giving request by using web browser. I am giving request by using web browser, via web browser to the web server. So via web browser to the web server means I am giving request. What kind of request here? HTTP request, because I am in website. Because I am in website. So that's why I am giving HTTP request. Here the HTTP request, what kind of request I am sending to the server means, so here I am requesting the username and password. Username and password. So here the web server, this is the web server. This web server is validating my username and password. Is it authorized person or not? Is it authorized person or not? The data is authorized person or not? If the data is authorized person, if data is authorized data, so it gives the response to the browser. It gives the response to the browser. So this is the, by using the protocol, here the protocol is working between the browser and web server. Is that the protocol is working between the web server and browser. This browser is handled by the client or user. This browser is handled by the client. The client instructed by using the browser to give the request to the web server. The web server is validating the data and give the response to the browser. So in between web server and browser, there is a protocol is running between the web server and browser. The protocol is nothing but the HTTP. Protocol is nothing but the HTTP, Hyper Text Transfer Protocol. Hyper Text Transfer Protocol. Here the protocol is the set of rules and regulations is nothing but the protocol. So here the web server or normal server, whatever the server may be, it may be satisfy the client's request. It may be satisfy the client's request. So here also the number of websites also depend upon the web server because of it validating and it balanced the data also. That's why we are studying about the first server is the web server. So next one is the file server. So file server is nothing but it is also one of the software to storing the files. Here the storing the files means the files all the stored in the centralized storage, and also it will give access to the clients for reading and writing across the network. Here the file server means the file system. Here also normal PC we are making that PC becomes to the file server. But because of that PC is the highly configuration system. We choose the PC is the highly configuration system. The highly configuration, when we choose the highly configuration system means the capacity, RAM capacity and hard disk capacity, all capacities are higher than the normal system. So that system we are choosing and storing the all files in centralized. So then only the number of clients are requesting to the file server. This file server give some response to the, what kind of response here? So reading permission, the clients, and also writing permission, and also executable permission over the network, and also we will discuss the file server, the separate concept, the next coming concept. Next one is the print server. It is also software or hardware. Why I am saying that it is the software hardware? That means the printer is the hardware. So once the hardware, we can burn the software into the hardware. So it becomes to the printer become the, once the software, the printer is the hardware. We install the printing the printer drivers, we install the printer drivers, and also this printer we are putting into the network, we are keeping the network. Of course, it becomes to the network printer, it becomes to the network printer. So once the printer becomes to the network printers, we can access the anywhere in the network, anywhere in the network, and also there is no more printers with the, and also there is no scarcity of the also a print server, there is no scarcity of the network printer, and also there is no need to one or more printers in network. We just need only one printer is enough for the all LAN, only one printer is enough for the all LANs. So within the LANs, any system can access through IP address or printer name, whatever it may be. We can take the print, we can take the print from anywhere. That is the print server. Next one is the network server. Here the network server means the network server manages the network traffic. Network server the manage the network server. So what is the traffic, sir? Traffic is within the network, that is the small network, that is the big network, that is the large network, whatever it may be within the LAN established in the network, means there is a traffic is there. There is a traffic is there. For example, you are taking the junction point. The government arranges the junction point. With junction point, there is a signal. There is a signal. There is a signal, red signal, green signal, orange signal. So based on the signal timing, we can move the one place to another place. So here also the network traffic is also there. So now data is sending one location to another location. Data is sending one location to another location. That simultaneously data is moving one location to another location. Then the data is congested. The data is congested. The data is jammed. Data is jammed. So this jam, once the data is jammed, we are going to lose the data. We are going to lose the packets. So we are going to lose the data. So avoid the all, eradicate all these problems. Here we are putting one system we arranged as the network server. One system we arranged as the network server. This network servers. So by using softwares, it remove the network traffics and also see the alternate solution for the routing. By using routing algorithm, we are moving the traffic very freely one place to another place. So that is the purpose of network server. So next one is the name server. Here the name server maps the user and computer names to the machine address. So what is meaning of the name server means? Here the name server, for example, we are going to connect the one server. We are going to connect the one server means by using or by typing IP address or machine address means that is the IP address. Like student roll number, every system has the one address is there. The address is nothing but the IP address. IP address is the internet protocol address. So once if you know the IP address, we are connecting to the server. So if you don't know the IP address, if you don't know the IP address, we are connecting the every IP address, and every system has some name is there. So by using server name also we can connect the system. So by using server name also we can connect the systems. Next one is the database server. So here the database server is the best example for the in DBMS. In Oracle also we can do the programmings by using database servers. One server we selected as the one system is selected as the server. Remaining all systems are the clients. The database servers allows the clients to interact with the database in network. For example, here one system is server, remaining all systems are clients. Here the remaining all systems are students. Students they are going to create the table in client system. So we are giving the login ID for the students, and also server has the one login ID. So when the students enter into login ID, they create the one relation in the client side. The client is the one client side. When the press the save button, it goes to the database server. So here the client and database are always interactive in the network. That is the database server, and each and every what are the operations are performed by the clients, it all goes to the database server. It all goes to the database server. It must be in network. It must be in network. Then there is no need to internet also. Here there is no need to internet also. There must be in client and server must be in network only. And also here the application server. The application server and the application server runs. Application server runs different applications for the clients. Here the different applications, so there is a one server is there. One server is there. This server handle the different applications of the clients. The different applications clients give the request to the single server. This server is response to the different application clients also. That is nothing but the application server. That's why here what I am saying is the application server runs different applications of our clients. For example, one client is stored the one application, another client is stored the another applications. So another client is and third client is stored another. This all application softwares also. This all application is handled by the single server. Is nothing but that is the application server. That is the application server. So these are the types of servers. The first one is the web servers. It contains the so many websites, and all websites the concerned servers is there. By using the web browser, the clients give the request to the web server. The web server is response to the web browser. This is the next one, the file server. The file server means the file server storing the files in a centralized print server. There is no need to one or more printers in network. So it maintains the only single servers because of we are putting the print server in a network. So network server, it manages the traffic. It manages the main job role is the network server. It manages the traffic. Name server means the server. If you don't know IP address, we just connect by name of the server. And next one, the database server is the best example of the client to server. And also they have the students also create the database and send through the server. And next one is the application server. Here the number of applications are existed today onwards. Number of applications are existed in the world. So the number of applications also handled by one server is nothing but the application server. Next one is the very important model is the client to server. Client to server. Here the server is the master. Here the server is the master. The client is the student or slave, whatever it may be. Here the why I am saying the server is the master always gives the response to the clients or students or slaves. So here the client server model become one of the central idea of the network computing. Whatever the networks are existed, what are the LAN segments are existed, so whatever the computers are connected together, this all computers are to be dependent upon the one system. Then system is nothing but the server system. This server system is the highly configured systems compared to the clients because of the clients always gives to the request to the server always gives the response to the clients. That's why the clients, when the server is disturbed or server is off, the clients never worked. That's why the clients depend upon the servers. The clients here depend upon the server. So that's why the client and server is the central idea of the network computing. That is the computing is the data is manipulating here. In network data is manipulating here. So next one is it is a process. It is a process between the service. What kind of service give the clients? Requesters. And also what kind of service provide the servers? So it responds. So this is the two services. The client service is the request, and here server service is the response. So that's why once the connection is established between the client and server, there is no need to internet. So if the connection is established between the client and server in network by using network, it can be established the client and server. Then if data is moving one client to server to client. There is no need to internet also. Next one is the exchange the data between client and server in web technology. That means web technology, and that means here the offline client and server is also there, online client and server is there. Here I am discussing about the in network the connection is established between the client and server, but we are using in internet, by using the web technologies, that means websites, we are using the websites. So the websites means here the websites means the data is exchanged between one website to server. So and also server is response to the number of websites also. So there is a protocols is existed between the client and server. So they developed some protocols between the client and servers. So what are the protocols are existed, sir? And so here the HTTP, DNS, SMTP, Telnet. So these are the protocols existed. So HTTP means already I am telling about the HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And also domain name system. And as DNS is the domain name system. And also SMTP is the simple mail transfer protocol. Next, Telnet is the terminal network. It is the terminal network. Here once the computer connected in network means, once the computer is connected in network means, we called as it is a device or node or terminal also. We call the one computer connected in network means it becomes to the terminal or node or computer or device also. So this is the client and server model. So this is the diagram about the client and server. So these are the clients, this is the computer, so this is the mobile. The mobile also one of the client, and also another it is the laptop, this is the laptop. So whatever it may be, it connected to the internet with one system. The single system is the server system. This system is the server system. This server system with connected with the so many devices, our personal computer, our personal laptop, our personal mobile phones, or other workstation computer, whatever it may be, by using some protocols are existed between the client and server. So once the connection is established between these clients and server, the protocol is traveling the data between client and server. So this is very important type, very important clients and server idea is in network, and also it computing some data also, and that means manipulating the data between the client and server also. Here the client send the data, all data is manipulating by the server. Next one is the file server. I am already told about the file server. A file server is a computer, because a ordinary PC we are set as the file server. We are setting as the file server, which is responsible for the central storage. That means all files are stored in one location in file server. It is the responsible for the all files. It is the responsible for the all files. So here that means it gives the some permissions. That is the privilege. That is nothing but the privileges to the client. And suppose it gives the read mode, so the clients can only read the file only. For example, it gives to the write mode, they can write the file also. So here the file server gives the some permission to the client, means an executable permission. It can execute also. By default, the file server always gives the client permission is the client privilege is the read and executable permission. So next one is the file server. The file server will allow the user to share the data over the network also. You should share the data also your network also. So in file server, how to share the data? between file server and users, file server and by using sharing mechanism, by using sharing mechanism. So for example I can share one file to my friend. So I am just click on the corresponding file, right click on the corresponding, right click, just to keep my file in sharing mechanism. So now the file becomes, now just I am enabling the sharing mechanism, that concern file matter. So the concern file, it becomes to the hand symbol, the other side my friend can access my system and they can copy my data, that is the that's the data is sharing between the file server and network. Next one, a file server can be, it is an ordinary piece that handles the request for the files from the clients and send them over the network. So I am already telling about the file server is there is no extraordinary piece, it is only ordinary piece, PC, ordinary personal computer that handles the request for files. So here the request, who are giving the request? The clients giving the request for files. So the server send the files to the clients over the network. That means response. Here what are the protocol existing between the file server and client? What are the protocol existed between the file server and clients? So every data in network, the data is exchanged between server or client, whatever it may be. There should be a protocol is there. There should be a protocol is developed there. So here the protocol is nothing but the FTP, file transfer protocol. Here the protocol is transferred only files. The protocol is this kind of protocol is transferred is only file. That is the file server is used FTP, file transfer protocol, and also it is primarily designed to enable storage. It is primarily designed to, especially this file server is designed for only storage purpose. There is no more. Only storage purpose. There is no manipulation. There is no computing in file server. Only storage purpose. For purpose only. Once the file is stored, we are going to easy to access the data. Perform the workstation. Here the workstation means schools and offices. Here the file server means every schools or office they developed the own software or purchased some software from some marketing area or some other places, small companies they developed the own. For example, in our college we developed own software. Such software is installed in server, highly configuration server. So each and every data is stored in that server only. So that is nothing but the workstation. Workstations is nothing but our schools, offices, small organizations is nothing but the workstations. So this is the file server. Next one, what are the commands? Is all available. What are the commands are available? FTP commands. FTP commands means here the FTP file transfer protocol. While the file is transferred one location to one folder to another folder. Here the one folder is nothing but the when we are created one folder means that is the MKD, make a directory. This commands is working only DOS. This command is working in only DOS commands. This command is used for to create new directory. New directory means, for example, in GUI systems or our system OS systems, we are creating folder equal to the folder, new folder equal to the new folder. Next one is the PWD, present working directory. That means where we are. That is that it tells the name of the current working directory. And also RMD means this command is used to remove an existing directory. So for example, if here we are creating the one directory, that is not one folder. So if you don't need this folder, we just using this command just remove the RMD, just remove the already existed directory. By using RMD command, we just remove the existing directory. And also last command is the LIST, list command. This command is used to display the all files. This command is used to display the all files. What are the directories you created, what are the subdirectories you created, what are the under directories your files are created, what are the hidden files is there, what are the executable files is there. The all files are created by the all files are displayed. All files are displayed by using the list command. So these are the commands. While data is traveling between one file server system to client, the protocol is followed this minimum commands. The first command is the present working directory, where you are working on the directory, that is the present working directory. And also next one is the make a directory, that is the creating a new directory, that is nothing but a new folder. And also once the folder is created, if you don't want the folder, so we are creating the RMD file. By using RMD we just remove the existed folder, existed directory also. And all the list is the display the all existed files, directories and hidden files, whatever may be it display the all files also. That is the FTP command. Next one is the Ethernet card. So this is the Ethernet card. This is the old version of Ethernet card. This is the latest version of Ethernet card. Present in laptops there is no Ethernet cards. It is the built-in chips. It is a built-in chips is developed. Just the port is appeared on back side, external only. The port is appeared external only in laptops only. Present olden days, olden computers, it just this slot, this Ethernet card slot just attached on the motherboard. Still up to now we are using this kind of motherboards, this kind of Ethernet card. So here see the difference between this card and this card means here the external one BNC connector is there. By using coaxial cables, the data is traveling from coaxial cables to this Ethernet slots. So presently all in one is we are using this Ethernet card. And so here it is the NIC. It is the Ethernet card is the kind of network adapter. It is a kind of network adapter. So that means it receives the data from the guided media. What is guided media, sir? Guided means a coaxial cable, tester pair cables. So here the tested pair cable is connected to the tested cable. One tested pair cable is there. In tested pair cable, four leadings is there. So 4 leadings we are connected with the RJ45 clip. Once the clip is just inserted this port, it makes tick sound. Once the make the tick sound, it bonding between the RJ45 cable and Ethernet card. That means data is coming from some other sources. Data is coming from the other source, and also the lights also blinking. Once the data is coming, the lights also blinking. So we are getting internet from the switch or a hub, whatever it may be. We are getting internet from this one. So it is also one of the hardware. It is also one of the hardware, and also we need to install the software also, LAN drivers. That is the install the software also. That is nothing but the LAN drivers. So here it work like a interface. Between the interface. That is nothing but the NIC, Ethernet card, also known as the network interface cards. That is the NIC. And also this adapter supports the Ethernet standard for the high speed network connections by cabling. High speed network connections by the cabling. So whatever the cable bandwidth, whatever it may be, it supports the high speed data also, high speed network also. It supports this adapter. That means 10 Mbps speed and 100 Mbps speed, 1 GB Mbps also. It supports this adapter. That's why you are also known as the NIC, network interface cards. And so that means the interface between the network and our motherboard. So next, the Ethernet card supports only guided media. What is the guided media means? The physically existed cables. Here the physically existed cables means Chester pair cables, coaxial cables, whatever the cables, telephone cables, whatever the cables, we are supporting the data coming from the ISP to internet, that are the guided media. Physical appearance cables is nothing but the guided media. So Ethernet card now the Ethernet card can operate at different network speeds, which depends upon the protocol standards. Whatever the protocols we are follow the network, what are the standards of the protocols are depends upon the protocol standards. It can operate the different networks also, different network speed. What are the different network speed means? Here the old Ethernet old Ethernet cards were capable of 10 Mbps maximum speed offered by the Ethernet. That means once upon a time we are using Ethernet cards, that is the old Ethernet cards, it only supports only 10 Mbps. See the difference, here the capital M, remaining all are the BPS are the small. Here the speed ratio of it tells the speed ratio. If for example we can write the all letters in capital means it becomes to storage. So that's why the speed ratio, when we are telling about the speed ratio means we must write the first letter is the capital, remaining all letters are the small. It tells the what are the speed offered by the internet, what are the speed ratio of the data. So otherwise we can write the all letters in capital means it becomes to the storage.